This is the syllabus for the Internship Seminar in Issues in Early Childhood Education, hybrid modality. So this is EDUC 451 and 782. So first you'll see the course information and the course description. It walks you through the schedule, where we're meeting when we have in-person classes versus when the modules will be open for asynchronous online classes. It walks you through what the course entails, what we will be focusing on, and the different standards that frame this course. Then you walk into required materials on page 2. The required materials highlight all of the EdTPA resources that you have. All of these are hyperlinks that are active. So if you click on them, they'll take you to a Google document in a Google Drive that you can access. You can download that Google document, you can pin it and save it in your Google Drive. It's there to be of service for you as you complete your EdTPA. So you'll find the Early Childhood EdTPA Handbook, you'll find the UMBC EdTPA support document. That support document has many links of different resources that have been compiled by the UMBC staff for you. Then you have the UMBC Internship Common Handbook. These are for traditional interns that are completing phase 2. Then you have the UMBC ECE Handbook, specifically for early childhood education. And then you have the NACCE Code of Ethic Conduct, NACCE Professional Standards, the Maryland College and Career Readiness Standards. Some of these are on Blackboard under week 1 because they're part of the activities of week 1. Then you have the required texts. So you are asked to purchase Tobin Hart's The Secret Spiritual World of Children to read over the course of this semester. A book that I wrote in 2015 entitled Spiritual Experiences in Early Childhood Education for Kindergartners One Classroom. We have a non-for-sale version that the editor provided to me in a digital format. It's on Blackboard, so you can download it from there. And then the latest book that I wrote with Patricia Scarfuller in 2024, entitled Children's Spirituality and Early Childhood Education Theory to Practice, is one that I'm going to gift to you. So it's one of the hard copy resources that I'm planning to give you, that I was going to give you during week 1, but now, during week 2 is when we're going to meet, and I'm going to be able to hand you all the physical materials. Then there's a list of course readings. All of these, if they haven't been posted on Blackboard already, they will be. They're available for you to read. And they're going to be posted under the weeks in which you're supposed to complete these readings. So they're all here. If you need to quote them or cite them, include them in references for some papers, you'll have the references right here that you can resource them. So there's a series of assignments for this course, and they're all standard based. So you'll see that there are a list of standards that we're aligned with, and each of our assignments are aligned with some of these standards. So the key assignments for this seminar are the block instructional plan and the slope. Those are our 2 key assignments. Then we have other assignments that we're completing, and then we have the teaching folio that we're completing that include the block plan and the slope assignments, that include the 2 key assignments from this course, but also include key assignments that you've completed in phase 1, in the courses that you took while you were in phase 1. That teaching folio is going to be uploaded, created, designed, and uploaded to SLNL, and it's going to be a requirement for certification. Another requirement for certification that you're completing in this course is the TPA performance-based standardized test, right? So, and tasks 1 through 3 are going to be completed here and are going to be submitted to Pearson for evaluation. So there are other outcomes that we want from this course as well, and they're also tied to NACE standards that we follow. So what are the course expectations and policies? We expect you to be professional, to participate, to engage in the course. When you are in person, to participate and be fully present, and when you are on the online asynchronous sessions, to also engage in the discussion boards and participate and interact with your peers. If you have a disability and you need accommodations, please let me know. Typically what happens is that students report themselves into the Office of Student Support and Services, and they then issue a letter to the instructors of the students that have reported that they need certain accommodations to indicate what those accommodations are. So if you've done this already, I should receive a letter to see what the accommodations are. If you haven't done this, I recommend you do so if you need to. Then there's the responsibility for academic integrity. Academic integrity is very important to comply with. Anything that is a behavior that is not within the academic integrity policy of UMBC can recur in disciplinary actions that are that are not limited to but might include suspension and or dismissal, including the use of AI. So it's very important to note that AI is not going to be used in this course. The only use of AI that is acceptable is a tool that would help you with grammar with a very minimal support. So for example, a tool like Grammarly that you can open up and help you through a Word document to help you refine your writing. That is acceptable. But anything that will create lesson plans for you, or that will complete assignments for you, or that will do work that you should be doing on your own for you is considered an infringement on academic integrity. So when you have doubts, please ask me if this would be considered cheating, fabrication, plagiarism, or if the use of AI in any way violates the agreement or the expectation that we have for student performance before incurring on it. Because again, the consequences can be very negative and just uncomfortable to go through for everyone involved. So if you have questions, just ask. The course assignments and activities. So here we get to the bulk, the juice, the meat of this course, right? So the assignments and the activities, the first one that we're going to focus on for the majority of the course is EdTPA, tasks 1 through 3. They are due through SLNL, so you're going to upload them to SLNL, and we want them completed by March 25th. Because by April 2nd, you need to submit this to Pearson. So from March 25th to April 2nd, you're going to navigate all the quirks and issues that might come up with SLNL. This is the first time we're using SLNL for EdTPA, since we used to use TK20, and we moved now to this platform. So in order to be able to submit on April 2nd, we want everything completed the week before. So you'll see that there's links here to the handbook, to the EdTPA handbook, and page numbers of where you can find all the specifications and descriptions for task 1, 2, and 3. The other The second assignment that we have is a block instructional plan. So the block instructional plan is the planning that you do in your takeover in your phase 2. However, since now we're dedicating so much time to EdTPA, what we are using for the block plan is the EdTPA lesson sequence. So the lesson sequence that you're planning in task 1 and that you're teaching in task 2 and that you're assessing in task 3 is the one that you're going to submit as your block plan instructional plan assignment. There's a couple of other things that you need to include that EdTPA might not be asking you to do that the block instructional plan is. So the introduction or the context for learning, you have that as part of EdTPA. The block plan itself, which are all your lessons and your sequence of lessons, you have that as task 1 of EdTPA. Now the daily and summary reflections are reflections that you're writing about your teaching and about the children's learning. So that comes after task 2, after you've completed task 2 and you've taught these lessons, and you've also completed or made progress in task 3. While you assess the child's learning, that's part of that reflection. That's the number C here of the block plan assignment. And then evidence of becoming a professional is a reflection on how going through this experience is forming the foundation for you as a teacher. Then we have the student learning objectives project experience, which call it the SLOPE project, and the digital poster, right? So that's an intervention that you do and explained here in detail, all the steps you need to take to complete the SLOPE project, and that's going to be due in May. So at the end of the semester, we're going to work on a proposal that's due April 15th on week 12, but really the project itself is due on week 15. So after a TPA has been submitted and the block plan that is designed based on EdTPA has been completed and submitted, then is when we're going to work on the SLOPE project and then the meditation project, which is the other assignment for this course. So these two are going to be completed the last weeks of the semester and are going to be presented on week 15. So we're going to have a face-to-face class on week 15 where you're going to have time, each of you, to present both of these projects. The meditation project has two components. One is an intervention, a 2-week intervention that you're doing with your students in the class, and then you're going to be introduced a meditation technique each week, and you're going to be asked to practice that meditation technique. It's a 10-minute meditation, and if you do this 2-3 times a week, if not daily, the more often you do it, the better results you're going to get. And I'm asking you to reflect on the impact that practicing those meditation techniques has on you as a teacher. And then also do the intervention with your students for 2 weeks, and then reflect on what that intervention with your students, with the mindfulness meditation kinds of activities, is having on their performance, academic performance and learning. The teaching folio is the last assignment. Really, it's a compilation of all of the assignments, the key assignments from phase 1 and then the key assignments that we're completing here in phase 2 in the seminar, the SLOPE and the block plan. You'll see here, these are all the components that are going to be in that portfolio, and that's also going to be submitted onto SLNL. This is a composition of the grades, of the points for each of the assignments. You need a B or better in this course to complete, to have it count for certification. And then here you have the course schedule by week. So week by week it tells you what activities and readings we're doing, and then if there's something due or something that is interesting for you, I've highlighted here. We have a series of workshops that you're going to be completing, or they're going to be offered to you. Some of them are virtual, some of them are online. You'll see that the classes that are designed or planned for them to be face-to-face have a white background, and the ones that are online not only say online, but they have this gray background. So you'll see that at the beginning, if you go back to week 1, my plan was to have week 1, 2, 3, and 4 be face-to-face classes. And hopefully we can have week 2, 3, and 4 be face-to-face classes. And then week 5 and 6 are online. Week 7 is advising or staffing. So we won't have a class that week, but we will see each other in staffing. Then we have week 8 is spring break. Then we have week 9 is online, week 10 is online, week 11 is online. I'm going to be away for a conference. That's AERA. That it's a national conference on research and education. And then week 12 we see each other again in person in the classroom, right? So all of these online classes, again, they're asynchronous. So the module opens on Monday and it closes on Sunday, and there's activities there for you to do. I am always available via email. You have my phone number. At the beginning of the syllabus, you even have my cell phone number for emergencies. If you need to contact me, it's there. So I'm always here accessible, and I can always meet with you virtually, or you can always come to my office and meet with me in person if you prefer to do it that way as well. So I'm here. Don't be afraid of reaching out if you need help during those online weeks, because there's a big chunk of time there that the plan is for us to be meeting online and not in person. So after week 12, we touch base again in person. Then we have week 13 and 14 are online. And then week 15 is the week where we come together and you have a chance to present your slope and your meditation project to the group and get some feedback and tell us all the fun things that you did and the progress that you saw your students make with these assignments. After this, there's the rubrics that I'm using to grade both the block plan and the slope and the meditation project are here. So you have a rubric for the block plan, has all of the standards and all of the items that will be graded, and then you have the rubric for the slope assignment is here with all of the standards again and the items that are graded, and then at the end you have the rubric for the meditation project. The meditation project is a very short rubric, and it just has 1 page. So this is our syllabus. Use it as the resource tool it's meant to be for you. All the information is there. The links have active hyperlinks that work. If you click on them, they'll take you to where you need to go. If there is a link that isn't working, let me know and I'll go in and fix it for you. They should be working, but if you have any issues, just let me know. And if you have any questions about the assignments, when they're due, or any of the events that are listed here as sort of extra workshops that are available for you, these workshops are not necessarily required, but I would highly recommend that you make time to attend and to make use of these resources that are there for you to help you in your journey to become the best teacher that you can possibly be. So we have a workshop for working with English language learners. We have an HR workshop for those looking for jobs to interview with different HRs for different counties. Then we have, which is not here, but I'll send you an email, separate email. We have the Arts Integration Conference that's coming up in February. It's also available for you. All of these are free. All of these are, like I said, some of them are virtual, some of them are in person, but they're there available for you. The workshops for EdTPA are here as well. So the week 10, the week that we're submitting EdTPA, there's a series of workshops, some in person, some virtual, to walk you through the submission process. So they're happening on Monday and Tuesday of that week that we're submitting EdTPA. And again, EdTPA is going to be submitted on Thursday, April 2nd. So these workshops are happening the Monday and the Tuesday of that week. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to support you to be successful. And I'm sure we're going to have an awesome semester. Anything that happens in your internship in phase 2, we'll have time in our face-to-face classes to discuss it, to talk about it, to support each other through it. Please click on all of these links for the EdTPA support. When you go to this EdTPA, UMBC EdTPA support document, there's a lot of links in that document. Check them out, peruse them, make use of that information. It's all there for you. And reach out. You have my email. Reach out if you have any questions. And I will see you next week. So bring any questions that you have to class, and we'll clarify any questions, any concerns that you might have. I'll see you soon.